So good afternoon, good evening to all. I'm Gunadhara. I'm working with AVEVA from past 12 years in MES delivery. We have a global center in Bangalore. We have close to 48 people with different skill set, but mostly we are catering to the global customers wherein the real innovation and need is happening. And there's a lot of traction in Indian market nowadays. So agenda, I had many the slides earlier. Few I've taken out because from morning I think there's a repetition. I thought let me talk to the context of MES and try to showcase our model-driven MES capabilities so that message is very clear with regard to the adaptation for you guys. So chemical industry MES requirement, digital thread for optimizing the manufacturing value chain. It's something new in the market. Some capabilities of AVEVA MES, functional benefits of MES, brief introduction to our customer and case studies, engagement models and question and answers. So since the time is less, I would like to start with this particular screen, especially in these two slides, this slide and the next slide, I'll be talking on the key MES requirement for a chemical industry. There is a lot of takeaways, maybe you just look into this and try to, understand what you have at your factory. Okay, in case if any gaps, definitely you can reach out to our sales people and they're there to help you. One is the key benefit of MES is order and batch management. It helps in order processing. Why order processing? Largely, the orders are planned in your ERP system. Okay, it's at if you take a time scale, okay, it will be in weeks or months. Okay, depending upon the demand, they plan the order. But the real production happens at the plant floor, right? Okay, so the people who are working here, okay, they should understand the complete order information. Again, I repeat, complete order information with regard to the specification, which bomb to use, what is the production quantity, when to start, when to stop. So there are a lot of things. In the absence of MES, okay, your automation is handicapped. Okay, they don't know what to start. Someone has to manually go and punch it, right? This is a typical scenario. So it's very important that we need to have order and batch management clearly built in this particular space. Next is monitoring and control the execution of batches to ensure compliance with the regulatory and quality standard. So not only planning, execution is a key aspect. A planner or a supervisor or operator, key operator, he need to start the order in the shop floor. When I say start, there are multiple things happens, okay? You are sending the order details to the automation. Order number, the bill of materials retailed, okay, what is the material requirement? There's so many other things, you are sending. It's no manual punching, okay, because we are talking about from here onwards, the real-time system. Okay, and automation, anyhow, it's a near real time, okay? But on real-time basis, you need to send these things, okay? And control your execution through MES. If your batch system is autonomous, okay, you can speak to batch system after releasing the order, what is the status of my order. It's very important that, okay, to execute a particular order, okay, we need to have MES. The second one is recipe management. I think morning there was a question from one of the delegate here. They were asking that, there are so many complications, after order, okay, what should I do? So here, especially recipe management, okay, you can define the recipe, okay, there are two ways here, okay. You have a batch structure already defined. Recipe structure for a particular batch is already defined. But the mistake what we do is today the same lane, we are trying to produce variety of products, right? So, but what is fixed there is the recipe structure in your batch. Whenever an order is downloaded, a suitable recipe I should attach with the order and send it to the batch system so that batch system knows this control limit, which material to dose, where to request and all other things. So this provides maximum flexibility to you guys. You're getting my point, right? So MES really helps in managing recipe versions for the same or different products within MES, and plus it ensures that okay, correct product is manufactured by sending the signals to the batch system. The next is resource allocation scheduling. Okay, effectively like equipment, personnel, and material. How to like when it comes to the material. Okay, so the material preparation is a very important activity. Okay, for a particular batch to run, maybe you need to weigh 100 kilos of one product, 200 kilos of other product, or there are some specialty chemicals which are 0.5 grams, 1 gram. Very importantly, like opening the bag, cutting, taking the proper weighing like quantity, and make a final dosing bag, okay, which can be dosed into the process. That's something very important. It differs from industry to industry, but generically I'm telling, it helps. And very importantly, real-time monitoring and control, okay. I told you like MES is near real-time or real-time, okay. On real-time basis, you can monitor the status of order which is running or status of a batch which is running, okay. And in case of any deviation, you can take immediate action. So nowadays, data-driven decision making is a key concept. I'll quote a good example. Recently, we executed a project for a chemical company. What is happening here is, I'll quote a real-time example. The order is running. There is a sample request which is coming from MES, and in a batch system, operator is taking the sample. It's evaluated in LIMS system. The LIMS system data is entered. Suppose any variation in the specification, the real-time basis, MES is generating a control command telling that to bring back the quality of that particular batch which is running, which material has to be dosed. The customer has, we worked with the customer, we defined some 120 plus formulas. For each deviation, what is the addition I need to make, what are the other raw materials I need to add it to the current process so that the quality is normal. Okay, so this is one of the things, you can call it as artificial intelligence, but what I'm telling is real-time monitoring is something very key. We are not just sitting with the data, whatever I'm getting, okay? So I'm taking appropriate actions on that. So that's one of the case study. Next is quality management. It tracks and manages the quality parameter throughout the process. See, here the beauty of MES is the integration capability. You have LIMS system wherein for the quality sample which you are taken, you are entering the quality result. Any case of deviation, right? Okay, we need to monitor it. For quality, there are different, charts, different procedures and all those things which are available as part of our product, and this is a key requirement in any chemical industry. Moving next, very importantly, inventory management. Okay, so why it is important? Okay, so usually I said like in ERP you receive the material. Starting from creation of transfer order or issuing the material to the production until the final product is made, the entire inventory is managed in MES, not in ERP. For example, consumption of a particular batch of material towards an order which is running, right? Production of a good quality or bad quality, okay, which is happening on real-time basis. Either it sends through batch or in MES you can enter it manually. What is next step? It has to be updated in your warehouse system. It's not that after 10 days somebody is going in a paper and telling that I use something, okay, to produce this material which produced 10 days back. That is not the case, but even order closure is happening automatically if you have a MES, real-time basis. Right, okay, so next is traceability and genealogy, okay. From compliance point of view, right, it's very important that we need to trace all the data which is there. And maintaining the complete genealogy record, you have it in MES. And integration with ERP and other system. In a chemical scenario, maybe you have alarm and event or LIMS system, you have your ERP, for example, SAPs of the world, Oracles of the world, or you have a dedicated recipe system or whatever it is, okay, there are multiple systems. The real challenge today is these systems cannot talk to each other. If you have MES in place, it will integrate all this system together to have one voice, one truth. Trust me, like this is what we are doing in day to day, okay? People, our customers, they come to us, they ask that, okay, this is my scenario, like, can you build an integration so that I have a meaningful information? So the integration with ERP and other system is something very important. Regulatory compliance, I think we discussed a lot, reporting analysis. So here, the kind of data the MES is capturing, it is not available in automation system or it is not available in ERP system. It is in context of production, it is really capturing the true data. Realistic reports and dashboards can be built on top of this. In case that data has to be merged with the systems like Pi system or whatever it is, okay, we can do that. Or with Lean system with different quality. So what I want to tell here is like you went through this, definitely somewhere, like you find there is a gap, at your shop floor, right, But keep that thing in the mind that with the help of MES, okay, most of those issues which are not addressed till today can be addressed. Right, okay, this is mobile access because maybe your factory is spread across the huge area. The same execution screens, planning screens can be made available on a tab or a mobile operation thing so that people who are there at the site can take a quick and monitor the production process. Next is this is the V model. In the context of time, I'll run through, okay. Very importantly, like this is where our manufacturing is sitting. There is a demand, okay, there is a consumption which is happening, okay. So what we always tell that the systems which are there within this should talk to each other. And you should have a meaningful system, starting from scheduling, optimization, manufacturing execution, and IoT. These things will generate huge amount of data. The data will be used here, okay, for visibility and traceability for advanced analytics and automation system, So this is a V model, but coming back to the core of our MES, okay, wherein, we made a lot of the customers very much successful is MDMES. So what is MDMES all about? It's a modular MES system, very system, okay? When I say modular, in the context of production, you have different functionalities. For example, inventory management could be one functionality, or planning and scheduling could be one functionality, or recipe management, okay? There are, as per MESA, there are more than 11 functionalities, core functionalities are defined within the framework of level 3 system, right? So production, operation, quality operation, inventory, batch, traceability, performance, scheduling, collaboration, all these are core templates which are available within our MDMES thing. And we have integration points with LIMS system, your ERP QM system, okay, your time tracking or any legacy applications and all, we have interfaces built. On top, with the ERP system, okay, we have a product called Enterprise Integrator, wherein the work orders, master data, inventory, all that schedules, everything can be downloaded on real-time basis whenever it's created, or any change to a particular order which you already downloaded, right? And later on real-time basis to ERP, okay, you can send the statuses of your work order or production order or production consumption details or inventory movements details. This is very important, maintenance request, quality summary, it depends upon the interface points you want, okay? So this is where the real execution happens. We are generating huge data through each of these functionality. The same time, it has a seamless integration with your plant floor. When I say plant floor, you can have individual PLC, you can have a batch system, you have a DCS system, name it. The best part is, we have a product called system platform, okay, its capabilities. We interface with your shop floor devices on real-time basis. So that, okay, all your recipe data, the set points data, quality data, any other things, we have, in case if automation require, we are sending it directly. And again, we have whenever a particular event happens, for example, when I say consumption, okay, from a dosing tank, okay, you are consuming 500 kilos of a particular raw material into your production, for example, reactor. So on real-time basis, when that particular event starts and stops, the MES will capture, or automation will capture that 600 has been transferred. This is the SSSC code for this particular thing. And on real-time basis, I store that data and send it to the ERP. Okay, within no time, without any manual intervention, we are just streamlining your production. It could be a good production also, or machine status, or inventory movement. So that's a key thing, maybe from your warehouse, inventory will come to the production staging area. From production staging area, someone will take it to your tank and dump it, okay? From tank, there is a consumption happening. All these movements, okay, at different locations within the factory is managed and maintained in MES. So maybe the one more thing is, from morning, we spoke about the data hub and all other stuff, okay? We have a visualization services under the cloud. Only important key parameters. It's not that whole data of my automation I'm pushing it to cloud, not required. I require a calculated OE thing, or my downtime events, or whatever it is, okay? It can be made available to the people who are sitting, or you can monitor, connect multiple factories under hub, and you can watch and monitor. So the advantage here, okay, of MES, I think we discussed and all. Apart from operational, what you should look here is, people who are sitting in your office, not only people at the control layer, okay, you have a control room, only people are monitoring that, right, okay? Many times the control data is not available in office, okay? These screens are available for all your key supervisor, managers and all, they can really monitor. If something is happening, okay, they can take immediate action. And we have one more component, okay, let me, this is all about model-driven MES. It's in the middle, right? At one end, you have automation, that is level 2, whatever the systems, okay? We have AVEVA Connect, wherein you have visualization and other stuff. So we have integration with Pi system, Pi Vision, right? We had examples like in the past that Pi screens can be, you can bring it on MES. People can, it's not, no need that they need to open Pi system separately, okay? On MES screen, they can visualize the real-time trends and all other stuff. Pi Vision screens can be opened here. Okay, and we have a partner product called APS for detailed scheduling and all. We are recommending this particular. But core of our MES, that is model-driven MES, is this one with multiple functionalities. Usually the strategy we use, like I spoke about different products here. Very importantly, AVEVA manufacturing execution. It has a robust APIs. You name the critical functionality that can be put there, and we have a very strong database. The data can be stored in a structured way, okay, so that can be used for a future, analysis purpose and other stuff. The next is AVEVA system platform. Most of you know that, okay. Basically, we are using it for integration purpose. Next is work task. Work task, okay. The best part is, we can define different workflows. For example, for one of our customer, we have built a workflow wherein even they wanted to monitor alarm and events. Yes, alarm is ringing 5 times, okay. So they wanted us to send a text message to their mobile or an email. There are 2, 3 options they asked. We call it as notification and event management module. So wherein we are sending those text messages. That is one of the thing, okay. And any case of deviation, you can name, okay. We can build very complex workflows, okay. Whenever that trigger happens, people will get required notification, or we can prompt for next action on that, okay. The next is enterprise integrator. This is one of our product which is used to interface with ERP or LIM system and many other systems. So overall, it's a combination of 4 products, because MES is a huge area, okay. With one product, we can't do anything, right? So the best part is, like the integration architecture this particular product is providing, plus the work task capabilities and operational capabilities. This is all about our MDMES. So very importantly, okay, it's a product end of the day. There are a lot of templates which are built, like for example, work order management, job management, inventory management, performance, everything is there. You don't have to build any customization, it's ready to use. The next is, like there are some, tweaks are required to suit your production setup, right? That's something we try to remodel it, or we try to, make some changes so that it's suiting, okay? The next is, we make a template in case if you have multiple plants or factories and all, we make a particular template and we'll do a first SAT there, okay, site acceptance test. Once that is proved, so we go for multiple plants. This is the standard methodology. See what this is ensuring in, suppose if your production particular activity is modeled under our template, it helps you in standardization. The next plant guy cannot tell that, okay, oh, I cannot use this because, I manufacture in a different way. So, especially we are doing a project for a company called Covestro, okay? Globally, we are integrating 11 sites and very complex MES requirements. But yeah, it's been rolled out in China. Now, 5 other plants in Europe, they're going with our solution. So end of the day, like what is model-driven MES? We digitize your processes and operations, and we provide a collaborative environment on our tool. We'll standardize those templates, and we implement those best practices, right? And later on, we improve depending upon the constant feedback, because it's not a one-day process. The factories will evolve, process will evolve. Accordingly, we will try to, make some changes and all whenever it's required. So some of the screens, okay, like for example, work order, job management, inventory screen, quality, performance, like these are all the mobile screen wherein over there in the factory can, or field they can see. There are, I would say like more than 150 functionalities are there as part of MDMES. And definitely with whatever the maturity we have in serving chemical customers and all, definitely we can address most of your key pain areas, and we can ensure that the issues will be fixed there. So this is again I added this particular screen because some of the chemical companies here, they're invested on PI system. Okay, can we build a context between MES and the PI system, right? End of the day, PI system is a historian. Okay, the tag time series data is getting stored there. We all know that. But through whatever the architecture we have, open and modular architecture, okay, so we can contextualize this particular data. Okay, for example, from MES, if I'm starting a new order, the order data can be written into PI server, so that whatever the data, the tag time series data you are going to store, that will be modeled under a particular order which has run. You're getting my point? So that will give, for future analysis purpose and all, it's very, very advantageous. Okay, because you have a reference point, that is your order number or a batch number. Yes, we can write it to, yes. So we can have a common model between asset framework and MES. Anyhow, like plant models will be similar between these two, right? The next is all MES events available in PI system, via SQL link, we can make it possible. And the major advantage is, like PI Vision can be embedded into MES dashboards, okay, wherein these are all the dashboard of PI Vision which are embedded into MES. So you have one place wherein you can go and see like the same data is, like which is in context to your production is available. So we have many, I think morning you saw this particular screen, okay. So I just want to spend 2 minutes on this particular customer, the recent case study we have implemented. The vision for the Covestro is to develop a global MES solution, okay. and to drive all MES related activities through this particular thing. And what we have done as part of this, we had initial FRS the FRS phase wherein we defined the requirements, we visited the factory, we understood, we said what is required. We spent good amount of time in planning, okay. Once the requirements are fixed, we build this template. It's been rolled out in one of the site in China wherein 3 factories are there. Within 2 weeks, we did the implementation, right? So it's now in the phase wherein, we are we are taking the same template to Europe and we are trying to implement there. So some of the requirements, basically core modules, all for master data definition and all in equipment, material definition, all the production planning, execution, interface with OSI, and there are multiple things which you have done. Next is campaign management. So this is an example wherein, initially they said one order, one batch. Later on they said one order, multiple batch. Later on they said every time I change a order, I need to put my system into cleaning. That is expensive for me, okay? So we have this campaign thing wherein, can I run a particular n number of orders, okay, so that without the cleaning process, can I complete the production? We came up with a campaign thing wherein under one campaign, multiple orders can be put. Each order will be having multiple batches. If a campaign run means now they're running for 3 months. Okay, but the best part is, 24/7 they run, production lines are running, everything is automated, okay. The rest of the MES functionalities, they're managing the entire, the throughput, quality and other stuff, okay. The efficiency, immediately they've seen a huge improvement. The next is transfer order. In a factory, they have something like 300 tanks, 400 huge tanks, okay. At any given point of time, they wanted to understand what is there in which tank. In case if they want to transfer a material from one tank to other tank, they wanted a transfer order, okay. We created order module for a transfer request and transfer order so that materials can be transferred effectively. Packing order, anyhow, they're putting into big ships, trucks and other stuff, okay, we are managing. Recipe management. I think I quoted that particular case study. They have a recipe structure. They have multiple products. Every time when an order is downloaded to the automation, I'm attaching a recipe for a equipment and the material combination. I'm sending every time. Maybe recipe in this case are 1,200 lines, 1,500 lines. Every time order is downloaded to a batch system, we are sending new recipe. That's a major thing. The cleaning orders, okay. Yeah, this is a very crazy subject. They have SAP, in fact, they could not create a cleaning order. Cleaning can happen on, there are multiple ways, okay. One is my production running for 3 months continuously, I need a cleaning order, changeover. The next is number of batches, okay. Based upon this, okay, my system platform is calculating when the last cleaning happened. I see all these 3 scenarios on real-time basis, and when anything triggers, I'm creating a cleaning order. And it's completely controlled. Process quality control, alarm and event monitoring, tank management, additional planning, inventory management, material advisory and material handling. Those 2 modules are very critical modules. So what they're doing is, whatever the orders we have downloaded from SAP, okay, for a particular time period, you select, it gives which raw material is required, which should be there in the this thing, inventory, okay. So on real-time basis, even it shows, okay, what is the inventory which is available, what is the futuristic demand, how much it should be filled in. Very solid modules, those 2. Took a lot of time for us to really develop, but it's really working well, and they're making use of this. These are all some of the case studies. And next is Henkel, considering the time, okay. The overall objective for them was to monitor the energy consumption in context of production, whatever is happening. We implemented, AVEVA MES, okay. On BI gateway, through BI gateway, DW reports, like we are giving the reports and all. The immediate saving they've seen is, like $37 million of savings with regard to energy consumption for their detergent and the soap business, And there is a constant 16% reduction on year. But the goal which they had set was very good. With regard to my production run, I want to see my energy consumption, very simple. So I think these two are the case studies. Quickly, I'll move on. Benefits, I think we discussed. Digitization of quality, real-time monitoring of critical process variables, real-time visualization, all this planning and execution. These are all the benefits which we have with the MES. Quantifiable, okay, this is with a lot of case studies and all, quality improvement, there will be more than 30%. Your rejection rate will come down by 30%. Uptime will go up 30%. Reduction in the manufacturing cost 20%. Productivity, many cases, more than 10% increase. OE improvement 20%. So quantifiable is something which I'm telling, but this is again a debatable. But what, at least my experience with more than 40 to 50 MES implementation I've done till today in this company, definitely all those projects are very successful and customers are very happy. They're seeing the fruits. Quickly, MES adaptation challenges for Indian chemical manufacturers. Okay, this is my experience. With my experience, I've put in complex and very varied processes which you have. Integration with the existing system. Data standardization is a major challenge. Customization for specific processes is always a challenge. Employee training and change management. Here, we need to face major resistance. Scalability in case of plant expansion or any other stuff. Return on investment, I think the questions asked for that, okay. Interoperability with the supply chain, okay, because if you have ERPs from different vendors and all, very difficult, So with standard vendors and all, we have standard framework. So final slide, engagement model. So very importantly, I just wanted to share my thought process here, where you can engage with AVEVA. One is MES investment support, right? Okay. Value discovery, propose MES roadmap, support investment decision, support technology and product selection. We do all this under this. Next is requirement definition. We'll come, we'll visit, we'll study, and we'll define the MES requirement, which are must for your plant. Next is implementation support and enhancement support. So I think you can engage our sales team in case if you're interested, right? And thank you.